So we go to New Zealand now. Now New Zealand and Australia, I mean they have a lot of harmonization already, but they have not done 100% harmonization because they are still stuck with some definitions of certain category of products. So it's not 100% effective yet for the harmonization. So still there are some differences, but majority of them they have resolved, but few of them are still outstanding. It's a much smaller country than Australia. And MedSafe is the New Zealand Medicine and Medical Device Safety Authority. It is a business unit of the Ministry of Health. And is the authority responsible for regulation of therapeutic goods in Australia. And they have this Medicine Act 1981 and 84. And they have only 60 people because it's a very small country. And they have work out of 2 offices. And they have in Wellington and then in Auckland. So these are the 2 offices they have. The organization chart is a very simple one. It's not the agency is MedSafe, like we already discussed, and this is the website they have. This is their logo. And regulate products used for therapeutic purpose. This includes medicines, related products, primarily of food, dentifrice or cosmetic, but has a secondary therapeutic use, medical devices, and controlled drugs used as medicines. So they also have a similar, I mean, these are the medicine, I mean the legislation, I mean they also work on a risk-based approach to avoid harm associated with the use of medicines, and they ensure that medicine meet acceptable standards of quality, safety and efficacy. GMP is maintained, I mean they comply to GMP, and information about the selection and safety of the medicine provided to health professionals and consumers. And MedSafe is responsible for applying a framework of controls designed to ensure that the therapeutic products available in New Zealand are those that can be expected to have greater benefit than risk if used appropriately. And this is through pre-marketing approval and post-marketing surveillance. So these are the, I mean they have a mission statement which I find quite good actually, especially point number, I mean like they say in point number 3 that provide fee paying pharmaceutical industry clients with an efficient service measured against agreed performance targets. So they consider themselves as a business unit, and they provide courteous and timely responses to written and telephone inquiries. So this is also something which I think many countries, I mean they lack this, we rarely get some response even if we send emails to them or telephone them. So they prepare and maintain guidelines for the pharmaceutical industry, apply processes that are consistent and transparent, and regularly review work processes to improve integrity and efficiency, maintain a professional approach and a commitment to excellence in all aspects of therapeutic product regulation, respond in a constructive way to any complaints about or suggestions for improvements to our services or activities. So pretty good mission statements. And the definitions are more similar to what Australia has. So therapeutic purpose includes the treatment, diagnosis, prevention of disease or modification of a physiological function, similar to what other countries have as well. And a product is a medicine if it has a pharmacological effect and is used in humans primarily for a therapeutic purpose. So what makes good therapeutic is the same definition they have used what TGA has. So the local company holds the product license. Again, they are called as the sponsor, and all communication with MedSafe are conducted by the sponsor and vice versa. And the registration certificate again includes both the sponsor name as well as the manufacturing company name. The drug classifications they have higher risk medicine, NMA is a new medicine application. So they call it NMAH, new medicine application high risk, new medicine application intermediate risk, and new medicine application lower risk. So the categories of application are new, intermediate, and lower risk medicine usually contain active ingredients that are listed in the pharmacopoeia and claim indication for which there is sufficient supportive published literature. So that most of the generics would fall in that area. And where there is not the case, a new intermediate risk or new lower risk medicine application may need to contain clinical documentation to support the proposed indication and also possibly relevant toxicology and pharmacological document. So basically the intermediate and lower risk are defined as are more related to generics, and the higher risk are more related to the NCEs and biosimilar products. They also have that if there is a different pharmaceutical form and strength or flavors of a medicine requires separate application form but may be supported by reference to the same dossier of information. This is something which is very good, that you can refer to your approved dossier. You have a suppose you have a cough syrup with a lemon flavor, and then you have a cough syrup with an orange flavor, and you have a third one with a peach flavor. So there is only a change in the medicine. So with limited documentation, you can get approval for them. You don't need to submit the whole dossier to them again. So only the relevant part of the dossier can be submitted, and you can use the approved one as the basis for all the other information. Where a medicine has been evaluated and approved in Australia, Europe, Canada, the USA, and the overseas approval document. So they also have a comparator overseas regulator kind of a thing, and it should be submitted. The data submitted overseas were identical or not to the data submitted with the New Zealand application. So it should be the same product what has been evaluated and approved in this country. So it should be the same product. So it abbreviated evaluation process similar to comparative overseas regulator. They recognize the following authorities: the TGA, the US FDA, Health Canada, UK MHRA, and in the EU they have the centralized procedure and only the DCP and MRA procedure. So basically which are registered in more than one member state.